Alright, Shalom Makim. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Racha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to get into the fate of Esau and the tool the Lord is going to use to cut this man off is World War III. And that is not a shot from the hip as we can see things happening on the planet Earth. It's a build-up to this major war. It's a plethora of things that had to happen before that. Really, only one is that mark to be implemented. Then it's a countdown pretty much to the destruction. But as we can see things unfold, the people have to consider World War III. Because the very things, the instruments for this to happen is here. And from this article, the evidence has it's becoming more of a reality that this is that event that's going to cap off this age, man. So this is from the Wall Street Journal, and pretty much that's the title. Now read this little note at the bottom. The Wall Street Journal reads: "Shifting world order threatens to expand the nuclear arms club." So you can see everything is shifting. We going into a transition with these that was trying to, how you could do an add-on to your house. Well, this is what he's doing. It's a form of act of desperation by the way of this man trying to set up this digital system, man, this digital society. So it's a big shift in but it's not in their favor, It says wars in Ukraine and Iran and rising doubts about the reliability of the U.S. are making countries around the world wonder if having their own nukes is the key to survival. So that's what we're seeing now. A big arms race, these nations with these nuclear missiles, which even with Iran, they try to, Israel looking over their shoulder and concerning Iran because they say they got weapons of mass destruction, yet these niggas got it. But at the end of the day, let's start off with this in the book of Jeremiah. I think it's 50, bear with me. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14, it reads, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about." And that is America. Babylon the Great, that's America, man. And this is not concerning ancient Babylon, because when you read the judgments, it's the same judgment as Edom. We can read Revelation the 18th chapter, how ultimately the results of this judgment is going to lead to a desert, man, where only desert unclean creatures dwell. So this is concerning Babylon the Great, which is America. It says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow." See? It said, all ye that bend the bow, meaning those that have nuclear capability. And as we read in the article, it says that nuclear club is expanding. So those nations, these devils didn't consider, would have them, as well as those that got them, they got more now. Just like this devil, when he created the bullet, he didn't just make enough bullets for one clip. No, it's an assembly line of bullets and clips and guns. So that's how these missiles are, man. And he just got one missile with a couple of warheads on it. No, it's a whole army of it's a actual. That's the army of the Lord. You know how you have a certain military, they got so many troops in the Air Force, so many in the Marines and the Coast Guard, you know. Well, when you go into it, the army of the horsemen, matter of fact, let's get that real quick and then we'll go back to Jeremiah. Because hey, this the icing on the cake. This is gonna be the climax. It's gonna be part of the climax of the movie. You know, they're saying going out with a bang. This is gonna be a saying in its perfection, man. Because this place literally is gonna go out with a bang. You know, by the way of World War III. So Revelation 9 and I started on verse 14. It reads, "And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, in a day, in a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of man." And he talks about those four angels holding the four winds of heaven, man. Also going to Jeremiah the 51st chapter, how the Lord is going to send forth a destroying wind. That's going back to those missiles, man. What it says in it's like Isaiah the 14th chapter, how it's going to sweep them with the besom of destruction. That's that destroying wind. That's the missiles, man. How it's gonna lay this place out, you know. It says, and then as you can see, it's for a certain. See, Esau, he already got a death date, man. He's already a certain date prepared for when he's gonna be overthrown. World War III is already it's an appointment that's gonna. It has an appointment on the planet Earth, and we nearing that time. And as I mentioned earlier, through the spirit of power, how about Shema Shai, you know, that mark have to be implemented first. Then it's gonna be the count. That's just like you hit the red button, then it's 10, 9, 8. Well, that's how it's gonna be when that mark is implemented. It's like that button. You click that, you hit that button, and now the countdown is calm. You know, it says in the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. See, so that's 200 million. So that number, you think carnally, you would say that was angels. You would say that would be, angels. Or niggas said it ain't that many missiles on the planet Earth.